Major struck-by hazards discussed are from vehicles, falling objects, and while constructing masonry walls. We'll discuss vehicles first, but unlike what OSHA is designed for, you probably won't be by fast-moving traffic. However, it is likely your site will be close to a road or even divert a road. As you can see in the photo to the right, this is a water siphon we had to dig across a road. Large trucks will also show up to unload supplies, and people will pull in to see what's going on. Engineering controls include flaggers and an internal traffic control plan, or ITCP. While a designated flagger is unlikely, it could be good to have your safety manager or a designated person to keep an eye on traffic. The Federal Highway Administration has a whole manual on how to write an ITCP. However, you should not be trying to direct traffic. Let's just focus on avoiding it. Now, falling objects are touched on a previous section, but we'll go into more detail here. Anything overhead can pose a falling risk, and moving rocks or power tools can create a flying risk of parts or bits of rock and metal flying off. Step 1 is to recognize unsafe conditions. That would be checking loose debris on top of a tower or inspecting power tools for loose parts. Step 2 is to avoid hazards with PPE like hard hats, safety glasses, etc., and stacking objects intentionally. OSHA also gives us a long section here on compressed air tools, but we'll not go into that because of relevance. Finally, masonry walls pose struck-by hazards as well. This is especially relevant, and the collapse of a masonry wall can be extremely heavy and dangerous. Although you probably won't be the one building the walls, it is likely you'll be around them passing mix and stones to masons. The most important engineering control here is proper checks, QC checks. Remember the QC points. These are done to ensure the bridge stability and also safety during construction. Also, another hazard during this time is breaking up rocks. The masons may be doing this to fit them into the walls. So here, be careful of projectiles. The fourth Focus 4 hazard is cut-in. And cut-in hazards, in our case, are most often between equipment or in a collapsed trench or material pile. We won't discuss heavy machinery, but this can be as small as using the drill press and getting clothing caught. And when using power tools, always double check before using that the guard hasn't been removed. Now, when dealing with trenches, make sure there are clear walking paths and never enter an unprotected trench deeper than 5 feet without a protective system such as benching, sloping, or shoring. This needs to be verified as well by a competent person. Remember those QC checks. More detail about benching and how to draw excavation drawings with proper benching are given in the construction management course. But you should also be careful when stacking materials to avoid pinching. This is especially relevant with big rocks. Watch your fingers and toes, as well as cement bags and bricks, especially when you're getting tired and it's at the end of the day. And finally, OSHA mentions that the Focus 4 hazards are highly dependent on behavior. The BBS, or Behavioral-Based Safety Program, analyzes why workers are participating in risk-prone behaviors. Some of the common human performance snares to look out for, especially as the safety manager, are listed below. We have time constraints. This is huge. You're often operating under a time constraint. Interruptions or distractions, multitasking, overconfidence, vague guidance, overnight shift work, or being tired in general, peer pressure, the change of how things are being done, maybe as you move from excavations to anchors to walkways, your physical environment. So are you camping? Are you getting tired? Is it cold outside? Is it hot outside? And finally, and probably most important, mental stress, which is a combination of these previous items.